Hello everyone, welcome to Stilt Video Series. An H-1B visa is a non-immigrant visa allowing U.S. companies to hire foreign workers. In applying for an H-1B visa, the company petitions the government to grant the foreign worker time in the U.S. to temporarily work for the company. The visa does not grant permanent residency, although it can lead to a green card in the future. The H-1B visa is a lot like the J-1 visa for scholars and students who come to the U.S. for an ad hoc educational purpose. However, unlike the J-1 visa, the H-1B is for temporary work purpose. A foreign student may graduate with a U.S. bachelor's degree through the J-1 visa, go back to their home country, and then apply for an LCA H-1B visa to come back to the U.S. and work for an American company. What is the H-1B visa? The H-1B visa is the temporary visa needed to have temporary working status in the United States. This type of visa is designated for workers who have specialized knowledge and are hired by American companies. Once you've been hired, the company has a vested interest in making sure you obtain the legal documentation to secure the right to work in America. In order for you to move to the U.S. to start working within the country, they will petition the government to let you temporarily reside in the U.S. to work. In essence, your employer is your co-signer in bringing you to the U.S. They vouch for your reasoning on why you wish to be admitted into the country and petition on your behalf for the chance to bring you aboard. LCA is required for H-1B visa application. Upon securing your job at an American company, the paperwork process is already underway. The LCA is filed by your prospective employer on your behalf, which states the various factors of your job such as pay and working conditions. The U.S. Department of Labor then reviews and authorizes the document so that you can acquire the H-1B visa. LCA ensures proper wages. The main purpose of the LCA is to ensure that the rate of pay will be equal, if not more than, the prevailing rate of pay in the area where you plan to work. You and your employer negotiate a wage agreement, and then the LCA cements that agreement through the U.S. Department of Labor. The LCA's wage documentation protects foreign worker rights. A foreign employee coming to America can find themselves in a very vulnerable position. They are adjusting to a new way of life and a new set of circumstances, all while taking on new responsibilities. Without an LCA, employers could possibly take advantage of this and give you wages that don't follow your original agreement. Having the LCA form sets the wage agreement in stone, preventing this, which leads to a stable employer-employee relationship. How to file an LCA? A company who has hired a foreign worker applying for an H-1B visa submits the LCA through the iCert portal on the U.S. Department of Labor's website. If this is the first time companies have sponsored a foreign worker's H-1B visa, they must first submit their Federal Employment Identification Number information to the Department of Labor for verification. This verification takes about 5 days for the Department of Labor to complete, and once the verification has been received, the company can then file the LCA through the iCert portal. Be mindful of this because it could add wait time to your visa application. LCA Processing Time. If a company has never filed an LCA, the processing time could be about 2 weeks with LCA filing and Federal Employment Identification verification. If the company has already filed an LCA, then the wait time will only take about a week. However, keep in mind that these are loose estimates. When dealing with bureaucracy, you have to factor in delays or high volume periods. You can check the current processing times on the iCert website. It is recommended that you begin your application process in early March to meet the April 1st deadline. Later in the month will lead to longer processing times, so it's best to err on the side of caution and submit your application earlier. How to check LCA status for the H-1B visa. You can check the status of your LCA petition by logging in to the iCert system portal through the U.S. Department of Labor. By signing up through their terminal and entering your ID number, the database will let you know whether your LCA is pending, denied, or accepted. LCA H-1B visa application. 3 tips. 1. Establish a trusting employee-employer relationship. People entering AA go through a prescribed process, and part of that process is finding a reliable sponsor. This needs to be someone they know that they can fall back on when they feel like retreating to their old habits. The sponsor needs to be someone they can trust and rely on. The same logic applies to the H-1B visa process. The U.S. company that has employed you based on your bachelor degree, master's degree, or specialty occupation becomes your character and work reference as they petition the U.S. Department of Labor for your temporary status. This is a great deal of responsibility, and therefore, it is important to discuss potential setbacks and parameters. Wages and work terms need to be decided ahead of time so that you can easily transition into your work once you arrive. 2. Make sure you and the company find quality lawyers in advance. It is going to be imperative to map out the visa application process ahead of time. Finding the right lawyer takes time and will likely be a corporate lawyer hired by the company. If the April deadline is approaching and the company has not gone through the LCA process for an H-1B visa in the last 5 years, the time it takes to find a lawyer will become highly inconvenient. 3. Consider getting a loan. The entire H-1B visa process will likely be very stressful. Coordinating an overseas move, getting settled in a new place, getting what you need to survive in that new place, all while worrying about the LCA and H-1B visa petition is an overwhelming amount of uncertainty to take on. You may need financial assistance to bridge the gap between settling in and starting to earn money. Without any U.S. credit history, it may appear to be impossible to get a loan from a traditional lender like a bank. However, this is not the case. If you're interested in getting a loan, there are online lenders and other alternatives that are designed to help immigrants secure financial assistance. One such lender is Stilt.com. Stilt is dedicated to helping immigrants secure financial assistance. They understand the complexities of being an immigrant in America and are willing to consider factors that other lenders won't. For many immigrants, Stilt is one of the best choices, as they offer loans without a need for a cosigner or previous credit history. If you hope to join a U.S. company through applying for an H-1B visa, the LCA is your first step, and therefore critical in ensuring your arrival to the United States. It is important to work with your employer to plan the details of your work that are necessary for filling out the LCA, as well as preparing enough time for the LCA to be approved so that you may continue with the H-1B visa process. Although the path to working in the U.S. can be confusing and difficult, we hope that this article helped you to navigate the often complicated visa process and provided you with the necessary information to complete your visa application. We hope this video has been helpful to you. At Stilt, we provide financial services for immigrants and the underserved. Subscribe to our channel and visit Stilt.com for more details.